Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Time Travel. Now today we're going to be taking a look at Microsoft Office 2000, which we actually haven't taken a look at any Microsoft Office program on this series yet. But this actually comes as another video request by Ken, and I would like to thank you for suggesting this piece of software. But yeah, as I mentioned, we're going to be taking a look at Microsoft Office 2000, which was released in 1999, making it 15 years old. So this was designed to run on Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows 2000, Windows NT 4, and I'm not sure if Windows ME was out at this time, but if it was, this piece of software would probably also work on Windows ME. And it was the last version of Microsoft Office to support Windows 95, or to support running on Windows 95. And so, let's just get started with the installation process. So I have disk 1. It actually came it actually came with 2 CDs. So we're going to open up my computer, as we already have open here, and we're going to open up the auto run feature. And we're going to get a Windows 95 startup sound, which kind of cuts off in the middle of it for some reason. But yeah, it says welcome to Microsoft Office 2000. It gives you a very simple installation wizard. Now I probably should also mention that this came in 5 different editions. One of them was called Standard. They also had one for small business. The one that we have here is the Professional Edition. They also had one called Premium and Developer, and they all had the different Office programs. I think that first edition, which was called Standard, came with just the 4 basic Office programs, which were Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and I believe Outlook was the other one. I'm not certain about Outlook, but it came with 4 of them. This one comes with a lot more than 4. I'm not sure of the exact number, but this one is the 3rd one up in that chart. So anyway, we're just going on to type in our name here, and initials. Let's do MJD. Organization. I'm not going to put anything for that. And we're going to put in our Microsoft Office 2000 CD key. So I'm going to just go and do that here. Alright, so once we have our product key entered, we're just going to have to accept the terms of the end user license agreements, and we're going to click on next. And I'm going to actually click on the customize option here, so we can actually customize what we'll install with the software. So obviously we're going to want to choose the C drive, because that's like the only drive that I have configured for this virtual machine. And you see, these are all of the different programs that it comes with. It comes with Microsoft Word for Windows, Microsoft Excel for Windows, Microsoft PowerPoint, Outlook, Access, as well as Office Tools. It comes with a lot of them here. Apparently, so as you see, these here are all installed on first use. And apparently these we cannot... Actually, I guess these are not on this CD or something like that. Microsoft Binder, Microsoft Photo Editor. I mean, I guess we can try to install them. Yeah, sure, we'll try doing that. We'll just try that. And converters and files, we got all that in there as well. So yeah, this comes with just Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Access. So we're just going to click on Install Now, and it's going to configure Microsoft Office 2000. Now, I probably should also mention that this was the first Microsoft Office version to use Windows installer technology, which is what that you're seeing here. This is the standard Windows installer that is used with a lot of Windows products today. But this allowed for updates and service packs for this piece of software to be integrated with the original installation file, so that if you were to buy it, it would just be easier to get updates for it. But yeah, so now it says Microsoft Office 2000 Professional Setup completed successfully. I'm not sure what the second disk is used for. but I'm just going to try. As you see, it has placed a new shortcut for Microsoft Outlook on the desktop. And if we go in here, we are going to see that we now have Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Outlook, Excel, and Access. And I actually, let me put in the other CD here. I believe that they stored parts of the installation, or sorry, parts of the programs on one CD and then the other ones on the other CD. So let's just see what this CD has. So yeah, this is Microsoft Office Disk 2, and we have to enter everything again. So we'll just do that here, put in the product key again, and we're going to once again accept the terms for the license agreement. We're going to click on Customize, Next, and okay, so see here, now we have the other programs, which would be the Microsoft Small Business Tools, Microsoft Publisher for Windows, Office Tools, which is all this stuff in here, and converters and filters. We're going to install all of this, and it's going to finish doing that. We're just going to let it finish doing that here. We should have all of the Office programs installed on this virtual machine. And another thing that I should mention is this was, I think it was the first version of Office to support what's called Object Linking and Embedding, which basically allows you to move data from one Office file to, or sorry, one Office program to another Office program. So say like you had a spreadsheet in Microsoft Excel and you wanted to move that over to a Word document, you just drag and drop it. At least in theory it should work that way. We're going to try it and see how well that it works. I've never honestly tried it in this old version of Office, but we'll just see how it works. But anyway, so now we have all of the Office programs that came with Microsoft Office 2000 Professional. And so let's just start off with Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word for Windows 2000. We have it really would be Office 2000 without Clippy here, because Clippy, I think he was removed in Office 2007 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Clippy, if you're not familiar with him, is the Office assistant and would basically guide you for you know, just how to do certain tasks. I think he was removed for being like kind of obnoxious or something like that, because like he would, I mean, I'm sure there's a way to like turn him off, but he would just kind of get kind of obnoxious. At least that's what I've heard. I'm not sure if that's true. So here we are inside of Microsoft Word 2000, and I'm not going to really spend that much time going over every single little feature in these programs, because that would just take too long and it would probably make the video very boring. But you know, I mean, basically the overall like function of all these programs is very, very similar to just a modern version of Microsoft Word or Excel or Outlook, or I mean, they all kind of do the same thing, and that's kind of a good thing, because you know, you don't really want to make something like a word processor like drastically different, because it just is a program to type out words from a keyboard. You know, it's not really like it just doesn't really have to get more advanced than this. At least, I mean, you could add some things like, you know, speech recognition or whatever, but you know, just being able to type out your words in a word processor, that's what a word processor has been used for ages, you know, since the days of like typewriters. But so yeah, I'm not really going to be going over that much detail. I'll go into help and about. This is version, or Microsoft Word 2000 9.0.2720, and yeah, we can, I mean again, go through everything. But the main feature that I want to demonstrate is object linking and embedding, which I mentioned earlier in the video. But basically, it's a feature in the entire Office suite that allows you to just take a data from one Office program and just move it to another, and it'll just work. It'll just line up. And for example, if you were copying data from Excel, in theory, if you want to copy that over to Word, everything would show up as it does in Microsoft Excel. And we're going to, you know, test that out here and see how well that it works. So what I'm going to do is launch Microsoft Excel. I'll launch that here, and again, very similar, you know, looks at first glance very similar to the modern version. I'm not saying it's exactly the same because they've changed a lot. Like they've added a ton of new features to these programs. I don't want to make it sound like that they haven't changed anything, because they've worked very hard changing these programs, making it modern and things for the newer versions of Windows. But just at first glance, it looks very similar to like the newest version of Microsoft Excel. But I believe this was the first Office suite that could support this what is called object linking and embedding. So if I wanted to type something out here, let's say I want to like type out some data here, just some very generic data. I'm gonna try to make the I'm wondering if I can make like the window larger or anything. Maybe format style. Actually, you can just zoom in. Can I control? Maybe not. Don't know how you it's probably like right in front of me here, but anyway, whatever. So I'm just gonna put some data. We'll put a table. We'll bold both of these, and we'll just start adding some generic data. We'll add some data in here. Just put some random numbers. Actually, I think I want to move these cells over, so we'll just select that. I think you can just take that in Control and just drag. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it's Shift. And I don't know how you drag it over. I haven't really used Excel that much. I think actually you just do this. Just right click, insert. There we go. That's how I want to do it. So let's say here I want to make like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, not 8, 7, and we'll fill in some data here, and we'll bold all of these and underline them. Why not? So now let's say I've got all this data and I want to bring it over into this Word document here. So let's just kind of start typing things out in here as well. Can maybe like have a centered business report title or something, bold and underline this, and then put our text here. Of course, I don't want to make this video that long and boring, so but just kind of pretend here that this is like a formal business document or something that you're working on, and you want to take this data and just copy and paste it in here. Well, before, if you would do that, you would probably end up with some like weird looking characters or junk or something like that, because it's like trying to read like the Excel formatting, and it can't do that in Word. But now it can. If you just highlight all of this, press Control C, go into Word, press Control V, and it pastes perfectly fine. It's able to read what Excel has here, and it can just paste it in here. And yeah, and it works. You can of course change the size of the table in here, and I'm sure you can take this back into Excel if you wanted to. Yeah, you can take it back into Excel. So let's say if you're here and you make like an edit to it, so let's say you change this 5 to like a 7 or something, you can highlight all of it. I just want this part. You can highlight, and I kind of screwed up there, but you can paste it right back into Excel, and probably even over the original. Yeah, you can do the same thing. And we can also do the same thing with text as well, going from Word to Excel. And we do the same thing here as well. And apparently Clippy's got some idea he wants me to look at here. I'm just going to get rid of that. But yeah, that's a form of object linking. I'm just going to close out this. You'll also notice that all of the error boxes, or like the save dialog boxes, are all moved down here to the Office Assistant now. They're not like big pop-up windows that take up your like screen. They move them down here for some reason. I don't know why. That's I guess that was just something they were trying for this version of Office. Alright, so now let's move on to Microsoft PowerPoint. I think I'm just going to move on to there. Because I don't really think I can demo Microsoft Outlook or Access, because you need to have an email server set up for Outlook, and I believe Access has to do with databases and things like that. So I'm probably just going to be moving on to Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Publisher. We'll be seeing how Microsoft PowerPoint and Publisher work with this object linking feature. So we're just going to launch Microsoft PowerPoint, and right off the bat we get this pretty nice looking wizard here that I don't really think you get in the modern version of Microsoft PowerPoint. And once again, we have Clippy down here. I'm just going to move him down to the bottom of the screen. But you can, it gives you options to create a new presentation using the auto content wizard, a design template, or you can just make it blank, and you can also open an existing presentation. So we're going to actually try it with the auto content wizard. I'm not actually sure what this does, but so let's just see. Apparently Clippy over here is asking me if I want help with this feature. We'll just see what he has to say about it. And it says that the auto content wizard will create 8 to 12 slides with suggesting content that you can change. Okay, so that's pretty nice. So we'll just click on next here, and we'll just make let's say let's go under sales and marketing, and we'll sell a product or service, and we'll make it an on-screen presentation, and we'll selling a computer. And we'll do next and finish. And okay, so now it has created I think it's at 8 to 10 slides, so there's slide 1 of 8 down here. So it just kind of shows us all of these different basic looking slides that it has here, which of course we can change. But now what I want to do is, I never saved any of those Excel or Word files. I'm just going to open up Microsoft Excel again. I'm going to make a very basic looking spreadsheet in here, with our data, and we'll, put some generic data, and we're going to try to copy this. Now, again, it should just allow us to copy and paste this data in here, and yeah, it does. You see, we have all this data is now copied in here. And we can make it larger. The only thing we have to change is the text color, and the text is black, so we're gonna have to format object, and I think we can go into color, and we'll say, yeah, that'll actually just fix it. So we can do that, and there we go. We have our data from Excel brought over into here. So I mean, that's basically like the only feature that I could find that was newly added to this. I mean, I'm sure they added like a bunch more little things, but going over all of those features would honestly take way too long. But this was one of the main features that they added, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but it was also completely designed to be 32-bit, and it was designed with the year 2000 in mind, kind of with the name 2000 was kind of just kind of letting people know that it was like sort of Y2K ready, I guess you could say. And so now let's open up Microsoft Publisher, why not? And we're going, just to take a look at this. Again, very simple wizard here. We can go through and choose all of these different templates that it has. We'll just go under brochure. And it actually still has some of these same exact brochures in like the modern version, which is actually kind of interesting. I've seen some of these, and I'm not sure if like it's the newest version, but I've seen this in either 2003 or 2007. I think I've seen some of these. But we'll just open this up, and it's going to fill in your name and address for you. If you don't, okay, so that's pretty nice. So you can. So this is where you can just fill all this, like all of your personal info in, so you don't have to enter it in every single time that you make like a new one of these. So if you were going to use this program a lot, this is one of those nice features that would allow you just to easily configure all this text down here. I don't even know if it even has this option anymore. I'm sure it does, but I've just never seen it. Of course, I don't really use Microsoft Publisher that often. So let's just say our email is billg@microsoft.com. We'll just leave these fake fax numbers in here, and we'll just put in 123 Fake Streets, Redmond, Washington. I don't know Washington zip code on hand. We'll just put 09876. That's not the zip code. Job title, employee. I'm just gonna see how this Microsoft business tagline here. Where do you want to go today? Microsoft's slogan from the time. I'm not sure if "you" is capitalized, but yeah, there we go. So we'll just update that, and there we go. So now apparently I spelled Microsoft wrong, but yeah, you can see this is it would update all this in here on this back page with our a little slogan here. Where do you want to go today? Right there, Microsoft, because I spelled it wrong, which I'm sure we can change that. Apparently it's, if we have to hit the next button, we have to hit finish. There we go. We can Microsoft, and we'll copy and paste that. You get the idea. It's Microsoft Publisher. Yeah, it just, if you've never used Microsoft Publisher before, as a matter of fact, like any of these Microsoft Office products, this is how they look, or this is how they looked back in Microsoft Office 2000, back in 1999. And honestly, they kind of look very similar, but as I mentioned, that's kind of like a good thing, because you don't want to like make something as simple as an Office program. You don't want to make it like just drastically different with every single upgrade. And Microsoft has done a very good job with adding new features to it, but keeping it like the core, like function and aspect of it is still there. And yeah, I mean, that's been, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Again, thank you for Ken for this video idea. And if you guys would like to see another version of Microsoft Office featured here on this channel, I mean, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video's content, be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.